beautiful beings. It is Monday again, which means it is meditation medicine time. I'm so excited to be bringing you Meditation Medicine Mondays, a short teaching for you to bring into your week to really up-level your human potential so you can ascend into the fullest expression of who it is you are and who you're meant to be in this lifetime. So today, I want to bring up a topic that's been really coming up a lot with different clients, students, friends, and this is the general feeling of feeling stuck in your life. And that can take multiple forms. So maybe you're feeling stuck in your relationship, maybe you're feeling stuck in your work or career. Maybe you're feeling just stuck inside because you are, continuing to quarantine and you're managing the global pandemic and all of the chaos that's happening in this uncertain time. So I want to share with you some tools that you can begin to use to really flip the script and transform the way that you're perceiving life. It is not about controlling all of the elements of life outside of us, because that control oftentimes is such an illusion. And that attempt to control is coming from this ego that feels insecure, that's grasping at elements that it can attempt to control for some illusion of comfort. But it's an inside job to really change our lens, our perception, how we're meeting life, how we're responding to an uncertain situation, how we're working with this inner sense of stuckness. And this is really a time of accelerated transformation where we need to be sitting with ourselves and asking, how can I step into being the master of my own reality versus being in a victim consciousness? Now let's tease that out a little bit. What is the difference between, or what are the definitions rather, really of victimhood, victim consciousness, and what does it mean to be the master of your own reality? So for the first, victim consciousness really is a consciousness, a mindset that we take on that perpetuates this lens of feeling life like life is happening to us, that life is, happening to us and really doing things to us that create suffering and discomfort. Now we can perceive that through just the general experience of life, that, oh, my life is hard. Oh, I'm in a lifetime where I'm meant to suffer. It can perpetuate itself and manifest in personal relationships, feeling like you're a victim in your relationship, that you are powerless. So it's this perception, this mindset that really fuels the belief that life is happening to you. And victim consciousness, victimhood can really disempower ourselves. So if we feel as if we don't have any agency, any self-determination, then we're really putting ourselves in this disempowering place. Because if you don't have self-determination or agency, then you don't have your power, right? And that mindset literally gives your power away. Okay, so that's victim consciousness, victimhood. Now, what does it mean to be the master of your own reality? I know that can sound esoteric or a bit mystical, but it really is true. So, Buddha taught that, our thoughts create our reality. With our thoughts, we make our reality. And he wasn't the only one that taught that. Many philosophers and spiritual teachers across time began to really see that our thoughts are our most powerful tool. So if we work with the mind intentionally, we can really tune into an innate human power that is within us. It's not outside of us, which inherently is empowering in itself, because we live in a world where we've been programmed, we've been conditioned to reach outside of ourselves for elements of control or substances or materials to fill a hole or an insecurity that we feel within us. And most of this inner-outer dynamic is really subconscious. So being the master of our own reality is really seeing truthfully that with our thoughts, we can change the world. And when we have different recurring thoughts, that really affects our emotional system, how we feel on a day-to-day basis. Do we feel like we do have agency over our life and we can change our scenario or situation? Or do we feel like we're a victim to it and we don't have the ability to change our current moment situation? So those two mindsets really dictate how we move forward in our day-to-day lives. And if we choose to take action to perpetuate and propel us into a place that feels more free and liberated, where we feel unstuck. So going back to that feeling, that experience of stuckness, of feeling stagnant, if you tune into yourself, I would first begin to excavate in what areas in my life am I feeling stuck. So you can just jot that down. You can, write down that question and journal about it later. What areas in my life am I feeling stuck? And then begin to ask yourself, what would my life need to look like in order for me to feel free? What would my life need to look like in order for me to feel free? Maybe it's living in a new city. Maybe it's getting out of your marriage. Maybe it's changing careers. Maybe it's creating more time every day for play or for dance or for fun. It can be anything, seemingly small or, perhaps big life choices. But what would make you feel free? And then, what are the fears that I hold that hold me back from choosing that freedom? What are the fears that I hold that hold me back from choosing that freedom? Because that is a choice. And fear is such a powerful, it's a powerful fuel for our action or inaction. So for a long time, I was afraid to be the fullest expression of who I actually am as a spiritual person, as a teacher, as a leader. I molded myself very skillfully into the expectations of others. And now that I'm fully embracing the fullest expression of who I am in this lifetime, my relationships are changing and I'm showing up in a different way. And it's beautiful, but there's a lot of evolution in that area. But in order to get unstuck, we need to be able to choose to identify the fears that we have and then begin to cultivate the courage to make those choices that support the feeling of liberation or freedom beyond the fear. So journal on those questions. You want to really understand, what would make you feel free and what fears are standing in the way. And then the action piece to continue healing this stuck feeling is to every single day take a small action. And an action can even be, a thought, contemplating something for a few minutes. Maybe it's contemplating, what city you're going to live in next, or who your ideal partner would be, or contemplating going on that dream vacation across the planet when things open up again. So just contemplating what would make you feel free, and then really teasing out what fears stand in the way. And then again, the action piece is to take that action, whether it's thinking about it, writing it down, or researching something. Maybe it is a big action like leaving your job or creating that side business that you've always dreamed of. And remembering that each seemingly small action is propelling you into a space where you are literally releasing that heavy stuckness that you've been feeling. So I just wanted to come on and provide this mini teaching on how to heal your stuckness, and there will be more on this topic. So grateful to connect with you. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me. Always happy to answer. And have a gorgeous week. Sat Nam, Namaste, Aho.